Flag is raised here. And they're off and racing. It's a first-timer in the National. To the roars of the crowd, Longhouse Poet, one of the first to show. Barrow Saint is prominent as well. 2 for gold towards the outside with Augusta Gold also racing towards the outside as they race towards the first. Iscaria 10 is in a prominent. That's the run down towards Beechers as they race towards the first. Annabelle Fly not too far away with Cocoa Beach. Then towards the inside, Fiddler on the Roof. They leave the ground for the first time. Here's Mark Johnson.
Over the first of the 30 fences, Enjoy Delaine has unseated its rider on the outside. Mount Ida is also down. 2 have gone at the first. They go towards the second. 2 for gold up on the outside, lands in front. 2 in second place on the inside is Cocoa Beach. They're all safely over fence number 2, and now they come up towards the first of the big open ditches. Cocoa Beach on the inside stands off it. 2 for gold on the outside. Down there is Eclair Surf, and also down is Annabelle Fly. Eclair Surf and Annabelle Fly have both gone at fence number 3. Quickly on to the 4th and over to Ian Bartlett.
And one of the greys, Cocoa Beach, is out in front at the moment. Longhouse Poet, a red cap on the right. Green and red of 2 for gold is up there. Freewheeling Dylan and Lost in Translation, Iscaria 10, Augusta Gold. A yellow cap of Class Conti wide on the course is up there, as well as they jump the next to Ronam de Senam. Then Dingo Dollarus racing in company with Barrow Saint as they make their way down towards Beechers Brook. Further back then is Topfield Ben with Kildesard on the extreme outside. Fortescue is towards the back at the moment. Dacia Abbey is overall back marker as they take Beechers Brook. 2 for gold and Cocoa Beach are the pair who show out in front. They've all cleared it safely. They head now towards the Foynaven fence and coming on towards it. Cloth Cab is close up now. Longhouse Poet's off to the right. Augusta Gold, Freewheeling Dylan, Lost in Translation, Ronam de Senam, Dingo Dollar behind these any second now, and Schoolboy Hours and Iscaria 10. And Dacia Abra is being pulled up. Further back in the field is Samtini as they come over Canal Turn. 2 for gold was just the first to take it down. There's Schoolboy Hours and also Death Duty. And those are the 2 at the back of the field as we rejoin Mark.
And over the next, it was Cocoa Beach who led them over Valentine's. There are fallers at the back of the field, and it looks as though Minella Times has gone. Minella Times has gone at Valentine's. They go now on towards the next plain fence. Cocoa Beach leads 2 for gold, and then Longhouse Poet on the inside of Cloth Cap. And they're then being followed out quite wide by Lost in Translation, who races alongside Freewheeling Dylan. Then Dingo Dollar is next to the field, and then Fiddler on the Roof, Sam Crow right through on the inside as they take another plain fence. They all go over it with at the back of the field Poker Party getting slightly detached. Also Mighty Thunder is being ridden along and struggling at the back of the field as they take the final fence down this side of the course. And Cocoa Beach has a lead of a couple of lengths as they go on now towards the Melling Road crossing. It is Cocoa Beach who leads the way to 2 for gold racing in second, and then towards the inside is a Longhouse Poet who's racing in a share of third, with on the outside Lost in Translation, and then Cloth Cap followed by Freewheeling Dylan, and still many of them standing as they go back onto the racecourse proper and back to Richard Hoyles.
Augusta Gold was another one that went just after Valentine's as Cocoa Beach leads 2 for gold as they race towards the run towards the home straight for the first time. Towards the outside, Lost in Translation in yellow. Longhouse Poet comes next with Cloth Cap, Freewheeling Dylan. Roman de Sanam, Sam Crow's yellow cap. Then behind these is Fiddler on the Roof. Dingo Dollar with the white cheek pieces just ahead of Iscaria 10. Then Domaine de Lille. They're being followed through by any second now, who's midfield on the inside of Santini. Then Topville Ben, pulled up at the back and dismounted, is Discorama before taking that fence. Discorama has been pulled up, was out in the lead. Cocoa Beach still has the advantage from in second, 2 for gold. Towards the outside, Lost in Translation, Freewheeling Dylan in similar yellow colours as they now make their way down towards the one before the chair. And there they were all just about over it. One of the loose horses was the one that made the mistake and badly balked Class Conti as they make their way now down towards the biggest fence on the course. And this is the chair, 2 for gold with a loose horse. Cocoa Beach towards the inside with Longhouse Poet as they take the chair. Longhouse Poet rises in third with Cloth Cat. Domaine de Lille blunders and unseats the rider at the chair, and also Barrow Saint is out, and also towards the outside Kildesart is another who's gone at the chair. Cocoa Beach and 2 for gold lead the National. From in third place, Longhouse Poet as they stream over the water. In fourth place is Lost in Translation, Noble Yeats for Sam Whaley Cohen on the inside of Cloth Cap, Freewheeling Dylan, Santini and Sam Crow. Behind these is Fiddler on the Roof with Dingo Dollar, Iscaria 10. Any second now, Roman de Sanam, Black Lion, Topville Ben. Behind these, Poker Party still going as well. The likes of Good Boy Bobby, who's well back, Class Conti, Fortescue as well. well. Commodore is still going right towards the back. Snow Leopardess is pulling up. Snow Leopardess has been pulled up before heading out on that final circuit. So they're making their way on the front down towards Beechers for the second time. 2 for gold, Cocoa Beach. On the outside, Lost in Translation. They're the front wave with Longhouse Poet as we're back to mark.
So they go over the first fence on their second circuit. They will be bypassing the open ditch in 2 fences time, and it is still Cocoa Beach and 2 for gold the first 2. Longhouse Poet then on the inside, a freewheeling Dylan, and then Sam Crow and Santini is creeping a little closer, and now they're going to have to angle right to the wide outside of this open ditch as they bypass it, and it's now 2 for gold, who's got a lead of a length and a half over Cocoa Beach in second. Freewheeling Dylan is third. On the wide outside, Lost in Translation in fourth. Longhouse Poet is in fifth. Ascaria 10 is racing in sixth. Sam Crow is in seventh. Santini is in eighth, followed then by Dingo Dollar as they go over the next and back to Ian Bartlett.
And it's still 2 for gold, and there's green and red colours showing in front. Cocoa Beach, the grey on the left, is Lost in Translation in yellow. On the right is Longhouse Poet, a dark jacket, a red cap. Freewheeling Dylan, Ascaria 10, the next pair of runners, Roman de Sedan behind those. To Sam Crow, the grey colours of Santini, the orange sleeve jacket of Noble Yeats. Dingo Dollars behind this. Topville Ben comes next as they head down toward Beechers Brook, and Cloth Cap has been pulled up before taking Beechers, but still 2 for gold and Cocoa Beach the leaders. To Longhouse Poet, took it just about in third position at this stage. Brahma Bull is the final one continuing as they move on towards the Foynaven fence. Lost in Translation, freewheeling Dylan, Noble Yates right in behind the leaders. Longhouse Poet, a mistake there. Escaria 10, Santini, Fiddler on the roof. Ronan de Sedan behind these any second now, and Sam Crow. Fortescue is there. Further back behind these comes Delta Work, and then Black Line as they take the canal turn. Cocoa Beach and 2 for gold, the leaders over it. Behind them, Lost in Translation. Then Dingo Dollar has unseated the rider. Right at the back is Brahma Bull. The last one at the moment is Mighty Thunder. Here's Mark.
So it is Longhouse Poet on the inside who comes through to lead as they crossed over Valentine's Brook to freewheeling Dylan, and then the grey Cocoa Beach on the outside, Lost in Translation, and then Noble Yates just in behind them. 2 for gold beginning to struggle now and being pushed along, passed by Ascaria 10 towards the outside. Santini is on the heels of that leading group, and so too is Fiddler on the roof, and also any second now creeping into contention as they go over the open ditch, and it was Cocoa Beach who just had the lead as they took that. The unseated rider was Fortescue, and pulling up at the back of the field is Good Boy Bobby as they go now on towards the third from home. On the outside, Cocoa Beach the grey just had the lead over freewheeling Dylan, and right on the inside is that's Longhouse Poet, and then back in fourth position is Noble Yates for Sam Whaley Cohen. Now they cross over the Melling Road. Escaria 10 is racing in fifth position. Still there are plenty in with a chance, so they have just 2 more fences to take the conclusion of the Randox Grand National with Richard Hoyles.
So we've got about 10 in this leading bunch, and it's made up of Longhouse Poet on the inside, of freewheeling Dylan, the grey Cocoa Beach. Great ride for Sam Whaley Cohen on his last ride for Noble Yates. Escaria 10, Santini comes next behind these, and racing towards the next is Santini, and then behind these is Fiddler on the roof. Racing Pro amongst horses is Delta Work getting involved, and any second now towards the outside as they make their journey now down towards the next fence, and they're bunching up in the National. Longhouse Poet and Noble Yates. Delta Work, and any second now these quartet now begin to surge to the lead. It's Noble Yates who heads down towards the last in the National, with any second now Delta Work back in fourth place, and ridden along now is Fiddler on the roof. Any second now, and Noble Yates land over the last in the National. Noble Yates on the far side for Sam Whaley Cohen. Any second now for Mark Walsh. The 2 of them race towards the elbow. Delta Work and Santini for the places as they race inside the final 150 yards. Noble Yates, Sam Whaley Cohen on his last ride, trying to repel any second now, and he's eked out a length advantage. Noble Yates on the run to the line for the Whaley Cohens. Any second now, Delta Work and Santini, but up towards the line. What a way to go out! Sam Whaley Cohen and Noble Yates for Erin Mullins won the National. Any second now, Delta Work, Santini's home in fourth. In fifth is Fiddler on the roof. Longhouse Poet is sixth. Freewheeling Dylan is seventh. Cocoa Beach has finished in eighth. Then behind these, Escaria 10. Also finishing is Roman de Sanam, head of Sam Crow. Commodore has got round without his irons, crossing the line as well. Class Conti has finished, pulled up on the run in, Lost in Translation. A 50-1 fair farewell present for noble Yeats. Mr. Sam Whaley-Cohen, the amateur rider who's excelled over these fences in the Fox Hunters for years, on his final ride has won the Grand National for his father and Emmett Mullins.
Are you with me?
Yeah.
Sam! Sam, come here, come here. Your last ride, your 7th win over the fences. What can you say?
I can't say anything. It's a dream. It's, I couldn't believe it. I've got to say thank yous because it's my last ever ride. To Dad, unwavering belief and love. Over 23 years, never a cross word, never nothing but a dream. It's been a love affair. To my wife, long suffering. They aren't all good days. There are bad days in this sport. She's always there to support me. I mean, that is beyond words. It's a fairy tale, it's a fantasy, and just full of love and happiness and gratefulness.
Sam, your relationship with this place is now cemented in history.
Well, being on the right horses, getting the luck, having the sun out. I do think Thomas is sitting on my back. I ride with his name in my saddle.
Thomas is your brother who died of cancer in his 20s.
Yeah, and these days are family days. And honestly, you couldn't make it up, could you?
You literally couldn't. Mate, we've loved your career. Enjoy retirement in the best possible way.
Isn't that quite extraordinary? Sam Whaley-Cohen on his retirement ride wins the Randox Grand National. A guy who's winning over these fences for a 7th time as an amateur. AP McCoy, put that into perspective.
Well, there isn't anything amateur about it, is there really? It's fairy tale stuff, you know, it's like something you'd see in a movie, isn't it? You couldn't make it up, as he said. You'd be lost for words, and he really is. It's like, it is hard to describe how he's going to be feeling to have your last ever ride and win the Grand National. You literally couldn't make it up.
We were saying, being in the day, we wanted a story. The Grand National has a way of providing a story, a good one to cheer everyone up on his very last ride. 6 wins over these fences, but never in the Grand National.
No, but that's an unbelievable record. The best record of any jockey riding at the moment he had coming into it. And this, you know, this was exemplary. You know, he had the inside line when he got to the elbow, and basically once he got to there, he knew where that winning post was.
And he's an amateur jockey, so essentially that means he rides for fun. He has a full-time job, dental practices, I think.
Doesn't get the prize money.
Doesn't get the prize money, owned by his dad.
He does. He does. That's his dad, Francesca. And wasn't that nice? Ted Wolf saying, well done, Ted.
Yeah, you've got to feel for those connections. And any second now, 3rd last year, 2nd this year. What about the trainer, Emmett Mullins? First runner in the race.
Unbelievable.
Yeah, I think he only just bought him, I think, earlier on in the year. You know, he'd had some good form, so he had. But I think Alice is going to speak to the winning owner, Robert Whaley-Cohen.
This man, Robert Whaley-Cohen, is the father of Sam, and together you've been on the most extraordinary journey. Can you believe that it's ended like this?
It's absolutely a dream come true. Sorry, I can't speak. I shouted too much. Just fabulous.
You've won the Gold Cup together, you've supported him all the way, you've invested, but he's delivered.
You can't go without the horse, but the horse can't go without the jockey. So it's a team, and thank God it's really worked. I feel like quoting Shakespeare and saying, I come from is over.
He works full-time, he has children. How does he do this?
Dedication, hard work. He only rides about 30 races apart from point to points in the year, and his record is unspeakably good. Fabulous.
Robert, I literally, this is so unbelievable. The love and partnership.
Emotional. Really.
So you should be.
Fantastic.
It's just brilliant.
That is what we've dreamed about for years. Sam used to ride a rocky horse, then he was riding Auntie Dot. That's how far back it goes. unbelievable.
You and Sam have won the Grand National, Robert. Congratulations.
Thank you. Fabulous.
Congratulations.
Fabulous.
A race all about the Whaley-Cohen family. That's Mick Malloy, who led up Noble Yeats today. You can see Sam's brother Marcus with him as well. Tom will be watching down after Noble Yeats won the Randox Grand National at 5-0, 50-1. We'll talk about any second now, who's run another big race in the National. Third last year, second this. Delta Work loomed as a danger, finished in third in the end at 10-1. Santini, 33-1 in fourth. Fiddler in the Roof. Fiddler on the Roof, sorry, finished fifth at 12-1, Mick.
Just an amazing story. This shows what it means. Like, I don't know how he managed to keep it together. It's an emotional time for this family. You saw how emotional Robert Whaley-Cohen got. You know, to have your son ride the Grand National winner on a horse you own. How unbelievable is that?
And how happy will Bella be? Oh, Sam's beautiful wife. One, he's retiring, and two, he's retiring in style on a Grand National winner.
I imagine the emotional hit Sam later. Right now,
Yeah.
he's just elated, isn't he?
I think he's floating at the moment, it's safe to say. This is a moment he will never, ever forget. This horse is not overly big, and the magic of the Grand National lives on. A 50-1 shot wins the race.
And only a 7-year-old, and gave him the most beautiful spin round in a good position all the way up there with the front runners.
Here they come then. Noble Yeats, the first 7-year-old since 1940.